Hey there, good Monday afternoon. This is Victoria Hill, the Public Information Officer for the City of Billings. I'm excited to have our guest on today. That is Sergeant Jeff Stovall. Say hello, Jeff. You're on camera.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, so really great opportunity to sit with Jeff here today and chat with him. I think a lot of people are familiar with Jeff. They see him out and about on the streets, and he's been involved in some excellent programs and some exciting news for next year. Jeff will be stepping into the role of the public relations sergeant for the Billings Police Department. So, Jeff, tell us, what are you going to do as a public relations sergeant? What does that mean for the city, and how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the new role, being a public relations sergeant. It's something that's kind of near and dear to my heart, just getting out in the community and interacting with the community as well, and just kind of bridging that gap between law enforcement and our Billings community. We know how much they support us here, so we just want to make sure we're in tune and in line with those guys, and just reaching that hand to hand, just working as a community together. So I'll be stepping in the role starting January 8th. Just kind of continuing on with where Sergeant West, who is our current one now, just kind of continuing where he's kind of taken this program. He's done some great things as far as some of the active shooter presentations, the SEPTED stuff. He's also done the softball game where we play the firefighters every year. Just done some really great programs for the department, and I just want to continue on with that. So just kind of bringing in my Shop with a Cop program, the back to school version, and then also our Christmas version that we've got coming up this Saturday. And then just also working with our volunteers. We have a huge volunteer program here that we've kind of underutilized, and I really want to kind of put them on the map. Let the community know who they are and what they do. We've got our CSO program as well. I'll be stepping in and supervising those guys, and they've been a godsend to the department with as much stuff as they go out and work with patrol, helping us out on things, and just really working with community relations. Whether it's working with businesses, whether it's working with the Downtown Billings Association, just different partnerships and things with the police department to just kind of solidify that partnership we have with our community.
And that's all exciting and great stuff, but it also is a bit bittersweet for you because that means what you're wearing right now, your
Yeah,
uniform, it's going to look a little different for you. So tell me,
right.
what are you going to miss about being out on patrol?
Yeah, it is. I've been an officer for 16 years, so this has been my uniform for 16 years. So I'll be in kind of plain clothes, whether it's khakis and a polo or something like that. But yeah, I'll be shedding some of the weight that we carry. These are about 35-pound
Oh
vests, so
boy.
my back will be really happy and excited that I'm taking this off. But I'll miss wearing the uniform. I'll miss especially being in briefing or after shift with the guys and gals that we talk, and just the camaraderie and stuff that you have there is something you can't replace. So, but being out in the community, my office is my police truck, so I'll really miss that. And just being able to drive by schools or see kids that drive by on the street, or folks, and they just wave, they give you a thumbs up, they just doing those kind of things and interacting like that. I'll really miss that part of it. The long reports and some of the late nights, I won't miss
Right.
that much. But no, it's just a different chapter of my law enforcement career, and I'm just really excited to go dive in head first and get going. So
Yeah, I remember when I first came on, and it'll be 2 years in February, but this was one of the first things we talked about when I met you, was that you really wanted to do this public relations
yes,
sergeant position. And so
yes.
I'm happy, I'm so excited that it's finally coming true for you. So let's dive a little bit more into some of the programs that you mentioned.
Hmm.
Let's talk about the Coffee with the Cop. Let's start
Yeah.
there. You've been heavily involved in that. What does Coffee with a Cop do?
Hmm.
Kind of, how does someone get the ball rolling if they are interested
Sure.
in hosting one of those events?
Sure, absolutely. Coffee with a Cop is something we started here this last year, and I kind of headed the program up. And basically, what we do is we go out to some of our local businesses, and we like to bring them in, just to where they can, interact with the public and bring some business to them. But we partner with them, and we have officers that come out, and we talk and mingle with the public. We get out, we shake hands, we talk, we answer questions, and we listen to the general public, what they, whoever wants to come out and visit with us. We'll sit down and share a cup of coffee with them, and just kind of hear some things that they're concerned about or things that they want to talk about. And we kind of have two different formats where, we've got some of the businesses, we had one at Starbucks where we had folks coming in and talking. We worked the drive-through and just talking to people in the drive-through windows and that. And then we've also done some of the town hall style where we've had some churches and other private organizations where we just kind of stand up there and talk, myself and Lieutenant Lennox, as you can see there, kind of out at St. Pius Church where we were talking to them about some of the community leaders and what they wanted to ask us, and some of the leaders of the church and members of their congregation as well. So just kind of getting out, and it's just it's a neutral environment where we can talk to our community members and they can talk to law enforcement. It's a great environment. It's a great time to kind of not only utilize some of these businesses that we have locally here, get them some exposure, but also, connect with our community.
And in talking to Lieutenant Lennick about this, I mean, you guys don't have a set presentation or anything like that. It's purely you roll in and you answer the questions and the concerns that folks have. And I think a lot of times, I mean, every time somebody walks away with some sort of new information that they're maybe surprised about or didn't realize the reality of. So from there, let's move on to, you mentioned it's happening this Saturday, and that is the Shop with a Cop, the Christmas edition. I'm trying to like combine words there, but so it's really cool. I've been there before, walking around, watching the kids. It's a whole different vibe in Walmart that day.
Oh yeah, yes it is. Yeah, we this is one of my two favorite days of the year, between our back to school where we do at Shields and then our Christmas one here where we're going to be going to Walmart and Christmas shopping for kiddos. So so we start out, we go up to the Metro and we pair the kids. We've got 50 kids this year, so our biggest program we've had yet. So we're going to have 50 kiddos come down. We'll pair them off with different officers. Get them. We got donuts and coffee and stuff in the morning, and then we set out on a long parade from the Metro down to the West End. So lights and sirens. The kids are operating the sirens and everything, and it's just it's a great time for the kids to be out there. So we give them a gift card once we get to Walmart there, and as we're coming into Walmart, we take over the whole front. So people always like to ask, what is going on? Why are there so many cops here? And it's Shop with a Cop. We take over the whole fire lane, and we have a fire truck with us too, so it's acceptable. We jump inside there, and then we have all the kids go out and they go through and they wreak havoc on the toy section. So they take all the toys that they can handle for not only them but their families, and that's the biggest part that kind of really it's some heartstrings that they jerk on with that. Is you ask them, what do you want to go, what do you want to see first, what do you want to do, and a lot of them are like, I want to get my mom this, or I want to get my dad this, or my brother or my sister. So it's a great event. Just kind of gets a really good positive interaction with the kids for dealing with law enforcement, and some of them financially are struggling in that. So it's just our way to give back to the community.
Yeah, absolutely love that. So just a heads up there, folks. If you plan your Saturday morning Walmart shopping trip, you are in for an extra treat when you see that happening. And something similar that you were able to branch off of. Shop with a Cop. You do it back to school season also at Shields.
Yeah, we do. Every August, just usually a week or two before the school district starts, we take some kids and we take them out to Shields. It's the same kind of start out where we have them at the Metro. We do a long parade with them, and then we take them over to Shields. So Shields has been very gracious every year to, they donate backpacks that are full of school supplies and things for the kids. We've got some amazing barbers in this town who donate their time, and barbers and salon folks, and we go upstairs into their training room, and the kids get haircuts, they get their nails done, they get their hair styled, they take some pictures, and then they get their backpacks, and then we go downstairs and we do school clothes shopping. So new pants, new shirts, all the cool fun brands, new shoes, everything, and we just get them ready for school so that when they start school, they are ready to, with real positive attitude, and their confidence is high, and you want to start kind of set that tone for the school year. So that's where we start off with those guys, and it's a blast. It's such a fun day, and I look forward to it every year.
Wonderful. And let's get to, we were talking about a lot of the stuff that the public sees, but you are heavily involved behind the scenes as well. Anything from training the officers to the mental health and
Hmm.
wellness of our local law enforcement.
Yeah.
So tell me about your peer support
Hmm.
network that you have going
Sure.
on here.
Yeah, so we've got it's called the Montana Peer Support Network, and that is it's a nonprofit that myself and some other folks from we've got another officer with Billings Police Department. We've got some folks with Montana Highway Patrol. We've got Great Falls PD. It's not department specific. It is a group of us that went through some training. We had a group come up from Florida, the T6 organization, and it's a peer support network we set up. It's the first one in the country that's a statewide organized peer support network to where we have resources. We go out and we educate, we teach some classes. Starting tomorrow, actually, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we've got our Getting Through the Grind course that we're going to be putting on for some local law enforcement here. And then once that's done with the education portion, we do retreats, some quarterly retreats where we bring officers out and we go to, a cabin up in outside of Emigrant, Montana, just gorgeous area where we can take folks and we can remove them from the everyday stresses of law enforcement.
Oh, yeah.
And our main goal is to get them back to that level of homeostasis. So in our class, Getting Through the Grind, when we start talking about that, we educate them on physiologically what changes in your body over time with different chemical levels and becoming unbalanced with the amount of cortisol we deal with in throughout just our shift, and not only that but over your career. So we do some education, we do some trainings like that, we do some retreats with them, but we've also got a network of resources statewide with different counselors, therapists, different types of therapies and things that we can help out our officers. We've sent officers out of state to some outpatient treatment as well, just because we want to make sure that we're having a good solid career, but most importantly is that we can enjoy our retirement afterwards as well. So that's our main goal there.
Yeah, you invited me last year to sit in and listen to some of the sessions that you had, and it's a very real conversation you
Yeah,
guys have. It's very, I mean, it's uncomfortable to talk about your feelings, but you
sure.
guys just dive right in,
Yeah.
and I think there's a lot of nods, heading,
Hmm.
heads nodding in the room because they finally realize like this is normal
Sure.
as tough as the job is. Every time I hear a siren, I think of you guys because I know you guys are doing your job, but then you just don't know the situation that you'll run into. So tell us about also some of the training that you do with our officers in the department.
Yeah.
Keeps you
So
busy.
yeah, I stay busy. I like to get my hands in everything. Um, so I'm in charge of the field training program. I'm the field training coordinator. So once the officers are recruited, hired, and then they go through the Montana Law Enforcement Academy out in Helena, they come back and basically they're mine. So we set up a 3-week in-house training program to where we kind of teach them some of the things that way that Billings Police Department handles things and what we do here. So that's a 3-week process, and then after that they are assigned their FTOs, which is their field training officers, and then they're set out for 14 more weeks in the field training program. So they've got 12 weeks of kind of following their training around, and then or their trainer around. And then once they get to their last 2 weeks, it's their phase 4, where they're 100% in control. And that's their 2 weeks to kind of show that we're ready to be released on our own and go out and be, as the chief calls it, a full-fledged donut-eating cop. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm in charge of that program. We are continuously hiring. It's been a nonstop process, so that it's a taxing program, but it's really rewarding just kind of watching these officers that come through and then, 3 years down the road, what they become. And a lot of them become FTOs for me. And it's a great program. I love doing it. And just the training aspect's been awesome.
Yeah, and something people don't realize is you can continuously hire, but then on the other end of it, you have continuous retirements
Yep,
too. So
that's right.
you have people coming in and then people
Yeah,
going out at the
the
same
laws of
time.
attrition.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was really excited when you got this job that you're stepping into with public relations sergeant. You have some ideas too, things that you have yet to pursue. So
Yes.
one of
Yes.
them being that you will be sitting in this seat,
Yeah.
and then you hope to make this a more consistent thing where we get to
Absolutely.
do podcasts
Yeah.
and just inform folks what's going on within the PD and the community.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We're still kind of working on a name of it.
Uh-huh.
We got to get
Okay.
something catchy, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of the things. The way that we are with technology and things right now. That's really a way to reach out and branch out with the community, especially in our younger group of folks. Is podcasts are kind of the way things are going. We've got social media and those things, and a way to reach maybe a larger audience that we couldn't prior to. So yeah, that's something I want to do. I want to highlight. We have so many different awards and things with our officers that they're given, and highlight some of those positive things with our guys here. We've got Officer of the Quarter, we've got specific awards that people are getting, and just to highlight those officers and kind of let the public know what our amazing officers that we have here, what they're doing and what they're being recognized for, and also keep people up to date. Whether it's our package pickup that we've got going on now here at the CPC, or certain crime trends and things that are going on there as well. So just highlighting all those things, and it's another avenue to kind of push out to the public so that they've got another way to access and understand what's going on.
And I feel like everything we're talking about today, kind of hitting on those notes, can be a podcast in itself.
Right.
So you'll be working a lot with the CPC. Briefly tell us, what is the CPC and what kind of things do you guys have going on here? You mentioned volunteers earlier.
Yep.
That's just one part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so our CPC, it's our Crime Prevention Center, just a couple of blocks down from the actual police department on 3rd Avenue North here. And basically, we house our volunteers here. They go out and they're kind of our eyes that are out there, seeing what's going on. They tag some of our abandoned vehicles, get vehicles towed, and they help out that way. They help out with a lot of our different events that we've got going on around the city. And just they're awesome. They're a group of folks. They don't, they are volunteers. But they love donating their time to us and helping us out with things that we need to do, and it's their way to serve the community. So we've got our volunteers here. We've got our volunteer coordinator that is in charge of that. We've got some fingerprinting that goes on here. We've got the podcast room, obviously. We've got our CSOs, our community service officers, come out of here. So, they're ones responding to our cold calls that traditionally would be something that we wouldn't be able to respond to at an acceptable time. So our CSOs now handle that as well. So we've got just a lot of those things going on, and it's a great place here at the community or Crime Prevention Center. And we've also right now we've got the package pickup that's going on as to where we can have your packages mailed here so that we can avoid kind of the porch pirating kind of thing.
Yeah.
and that. So
Don't give those
Right.
porch pirates that
Right.
opportunity, or else
Right.
they will come stealing off your porch. So
That's right.
Jeff, anything else that you wanted to hit on before we wrap up here today that we didn't talk about yet? I'll also give out your contact information at the end here. So if folks do want to get in touch with you, they can email you or give you a call if they are interested in any of those programs, like you said, presentations that you have to offer, as TR Sergeant or even at the CPC.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just really excited to step into my new role. Just get out there and work with the community in that. And there's going to be a lot of new things that are coming out. Some great ideas that I hear from folks and things we want to implement around here. So yeah, it's going to be we really want to put Billings PD on the map for community outreach and those things. So I just look forward to jumping into that role and getting rolling with it.
Yeah, you're the man to do it, Jeff.
Oh,
All
thanks.
right. Well, thank you so much for watching or listening. Contact information for Jeff, that's Stovall, Stovall, and don't forget the JE at the end before the at billingsmt.gov. I made that mistake once, just the J, but no, it's JE. And cell phone, if you want to get in touch with him, duty phone 406-208-5726. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for joining us here, and I look forward
you.
to watching your next podcast that you do. I'm very excited
Coming
to see
soon.
it. Yeah. Have a great day, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.